Hello everybody, it's Clooney here, back again with another Pokemon discussion video, and today I want to talk about something that has been on my mind since the trailer has been released, since they didn't really show any footage of this. This being, of course, Pokeom Amie or Pokemon Refresh, depending on which game you played, because it changed names when you switched from Pokemon X and Y to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because Pokeom Amie and Pokemon Refresh are both really important to the game. Like, not only does it happen to facilitate one of the few evolutionary lines in the game, that being Eevee's evolution into Sylveon, but it also allows people to have a much more casual and fun experience, allowing the virtual pet aspect of Pokemon to really flourish and show itself. Pokeom Amie, which is what I'm going to be calling it for the rest of this video, is probably my favorite new thing that got added to Pokemon. Of course, the thing that scares me the most is that Game Freak might remove this feature. Now, I don't think that they would, because they would have removed it the generational jump from 6 to 7, rather than keeping it in and re-updating it for Gen 7, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have, removed it in the way that they did. Now, granted, Gen 7's version of Amie is a lot more dumbed down and has a lot more of a functional use, because you're more grooming your Pokemon rather than, playing with them and actually treating them like a pet. You're instead grooming them and taking care of them after fights, which is actually a little bit better. I like it a lot. However, I still wish that they kept the mini games in there and kept those aspects of actual being able to play with your Pokemon in there, because it is really nice to just have that. You know what I mean? It's a nice little time waster. Now, with that being said, I'm scared because Amie is probably on the chopping block. They kept it in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which is nice, but they only kept it for Pikachu and Eevee. They didn't keep it for all the Pokemon, which is what makes me nervous. And what makes me nervous about it is that it's a really important part to the games, because it adds another layer of depth to the game. It adds a more human element, a more close element to the game, rather than keeping it all, RPG aesthetics, keeping it just a straight up RPG game. In Pokemon, you're raising a team of Pokemon, of pets essentially. So why can't you treat them like pets? Now, with that being said, I do understand where some issues could arise, and I hope that they manage to fix them and work out all those kinks. However, I hope that Amie is not on the chopping block, because it is a very important part of Pokemon. Honestly, now removing it would be detrimental, especially to the fact that Sylveon requires it to evolve into Sylveon, you know what I mean? Or Eevee requires it to evolve into Sylveon. So with that being said, what do you guys think is going to happen to Pokeom Amie? I personally think that's going to get updated and changed a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it even more dumbed down and simpler, or if they just up and cut it entirely. I don't think that they would. I think that they would allow for some form of interaction with your Pokemon, but that's beside the point. They could always change it so that Sylveon requires to have a held item rather than evolve through, through Amie, rather than, evolve. They could make it They could make you evolve Sylveon through having a held item and through happiness rather than just going through Amie. Do I hope that that's the case? Hell no. I want this to be in the game. I want this to be a staple part of Pokemon now. They're striding so far to try and make this next game a little bit better. They've been working on different aspects of Pokemon. And Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu really stepped it up. They really made it into this unique experience where it was actually, you saw them running around in the wild. You saw Pokemon running around. And while that was, cool, I really hope that they keep some of the aspects of Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, like the following behind Pokemon. That's really cool, and I think that's really nice and fun. Just all the, like, riding Pokemon. Again, all things that should be in the game, but, you know, for whatever reason, they aren't. And I get it, you know, technical limitations are a thing that is plaguing the Switch a little bit, and that's a really weird thing to say, because the Switch is you know, they're going from handhelds to a home console. They should not have issues like that. But Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu had some frame rate issues, granted, when you were really pushing it. Like if you had two giant Pokemon that had a lot of, you know, polygons or bigger, more complex models that had to render in the in certain towns where like there were fountains and water physics going on, or water like textures, things like that. Like that's what really tanked the frame rate on Pokemon Let's Go. But I don't think that's going to be a problem in this new game. Hopefully I'm right, but who knows. Anyway, if you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Also, before I go, I forgot my call to action there. Tell me what you like about Pokeom Amie, or if you even like it at all, if you think it should be removed or not. Personally, I think it should stay. It's a very fun aspect that allows people to really interact with their Pokemon, and, you know, more is better than less, right? I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.